Okay. So welcome. I say sorry for the slow start. There are a couple of people who are meant to be here who aren't here. So I just didn't want to kind of start without them, but there isn't a password, so they should be able to jump on as and when. So we're going to do a few weeks of doing our chakras. And so we're looking at the sort of colours, using the chakras as like a visual vehicle, if you like. But also it can be sensed as a sort of healing and just sort of honing into those sort of areas, those sort of parts, those energy wheels, and look within, basically. So your root chakra is obviously it's your base. So it's around your hip, your pelvic area, your tailbone. And so you sort of try and visualize a sort of red wheel, okay? And we want that wheel to turn nice and smoothly. Now, the thing with the root chakra is in our society, things are hectic. I think it's very hard to have a fully balanced root chakra. And I think the thing with the root chakra is that if your root chakra is slightly out, the others can be slightly off balance, because your root chakra is your grounding. It's the physical, it's our sort of families, our homes, our lifestyles, our finances. And depending where you're at, things might be a little bit out of whack. And also sort of health as well, sort of how you're kind of feeling, if you're kind of, if you've got an over or an underactive root chakra, that can affect your health as well. So I'm going to start with this meditation to just really try and visualize and hone into that area, and to really kind of conjure up sort of beautiful reds. And I've spoken before, when I kind of meditate, or if I'm doing yoga, I'm really visually, I get lots of colors. And I was trying to explain it, and I read somewhere someone said they were like northern lights, that kind of, and those sort of oil lamps, they merge. That's the kind of imagery I get, but of that color, and it can change. So just try and sort of, you might get something completely different. You might, be able to kind of visualize the wheel itself, kind of a visual, a kind of decorative, however you're kind of, it depends on what you sort of focus on. But we'll start with the meditation. Hopefully it will ground you, and we'll be ready to do some warming up, some creative warm-ups, and then we'll start painting. Okay. So I invite you to close your eyes, sit up so you're comfortable, but not dead straight, but not slouched back either. Make sure your feet are firmly on the ground, rooting you down. And I just want you to concentrate on your breathing. So for the beginning of the meditations, I like to bring in the balancing breathing, so that we're not too tired, but we're not too kind of lively. We've got that nice even keel balance. So I'll ask you to inhale for 4 and exhale for 4. Inhale for 4 and exhale for 4. And then I just want you to focus, still breathing in a relaxed way, but just focus on your forehead. Just feel if it's tense, if it needs a little bit of a rub. And just feel around your eye sockets, the muscles, how your eye is feeling. It's been a long day. And just try and relax all the muscles in your forehead and around your eyes. And then move down to your jaw. Give it a wiggle around. And just remember to breathe. And come down and just feel where your neck's at. You know, is it stiff? You might want to make a circle it around. Just try and loosen it up. Take it to each side. And a yes and a no. And then your shoulders, just check in on them, just roll them backwards a few times. And stretching out your neck at the same time, and then forwards a few times. And then just come back to your breath. And as you breathe in and out, I'd like you to feel a light sort of vibration in your throat. So it's very through your nose, but you're breathing in and you're breathing out, but you're breathing sort of really obviously through your throat as well. And just breathe in again for 4 and then exhale for 4. And what you want to kind of hear is the idea of a kind of an ocean. And this breathing is called ocean breath or ujjayi breath. Okay, and this just stimulates your vagus nerve, which is also known as the wandering nerve, which migrates all the way down from the base of your skull, all the way down into your lungs, into your stomach, and into your kind of pelvic area as well, into your root area. So as you get the vibration in your throat, you're really, you know you're breathing properly. So on your inhale, your belly goes out, and on your exhale, the belly goes in. So keep a steady rhythm of deep but balancing breaths. In your next inhale, I'd like you to visualize a soft, cleansing, bright white light coming in through your crown, traveling down your spinal column, past your throat, your heart, your belly, and reaching your tailbone, your hips, your root chakra area. With your next breath out, try and visualize all the energy that's stuck, it's icky, stale, ineffective energy within the root chakra area. Just see it traveling out of your body, leaving through your mouth on your exhale. And then go back to breathing through your nose and breathing in the cleansing white light again. And then just visualize this one more time. Any stale, ineffective energy, any worries, any anxieties, and just breathe it out audibly. And then come back, concentrate again on the calming rhythm of your breath. Inhaling and exhaling. Hearing the ocean come in and go out. I'd like you now to visualize a warm glow of red emanating from your root chakra. Visualize a glow of red and deep burgundies undulating smoothly, the colors merging effortlessly around your root chakra area, around your hips, creating a safe container in your pelvic area, anchoring you harmoniously and allowing you to feel safe and secure. With the next breath, the red glow starts turning. It starts spinning smoothly like a wheel. Notice all the different shades of red and burgundies. Just try and visualize that wheel of color. You are now radiating with confidence, with passion and stability. You are safe. You are secure. Now resting in this rejuvenating state, pondering on your breath, the mantra, I am safe and I am secure. Finally, just rest your hands, place one on your heart and one on your belly, and feel gratitude for these beautiful healing colors. And then just focus a little bit longer on your breathing. And just check in that you're nice and relaxed. And then when you're ready, just slowly open your eyes and adjust to your rooms. And then get your, if you haven't already, get your painting things on. We're going to start with some warm-up sessions. Take a drink of water if you want to just hydrate a bit. And just when we're painting tonight, just try and visualize the colors and your area, your root chakra area, and think of it as that kind of container, that place where everything is, it's holding so much, and it's our spirituality, it's our bodies, it's physical. There's a lot going on there, okay? So we just want to ground that. Okay, so I'm going to ask you, just for Alice, what we do is we do a bit of warm-up scribbling, and then we usually kind of change places. What we do is when I kind of start on the piece that we're going to carry on through the evening, we activate it, and that might be that you put some incense over it, some smoke, some Palo Santo, so I'm getting all muddled up, or the sage sticks. You might want to write on it. We do all these, but what I'm going to do today is we're going to just build. So we're going to start off with our warm-up, and then we're going to do some writing, and then we'll start painting. So it'll all be on your double page, all right? I'm just going to move these notes out the way. Is everyone okay? My music went off piste. Never mind. So what I'm going to ask you to do is, if you've got some music playing, doesn't really matter what it is, choose two colours in the red sphere. Just trying to find what I've got here. try and make them quite different so you can, so it's visually you can see it. I'm using some oil pastels, and I've got an orange and I've got a red. I thought I had a burgundy, but I haven't. The other thing you could use is quite a sort of reddy brown as well. That might work really well. So what I want you to do is just, what I'd like you to actually do is just to try and stand up, if you can, if that's okay. And I want you to listen into your music. I should just put my earphone in. And I just want you to close your eyes and feel into that music. So I don't, you know, we've all might have different tracks on, and it might be quite fast or it might be quite slow. What I want you to do is just try not to feel self-conscious, but just listen into what the music, how it's feeling, and try and feel it in your gut area. Try and love it. And then listen to the beat, to the rhythm. And when you're ready, have one hand with one colour and the other with the other colour. And we're just going to scribble. Dance with your colours. Okay. And it can be all over, mixing. It might be one area. It might be quite an intense area. And just move with the music. And see what comes through. Is it fast? Is it slow? You might want to swap one of the colours. You can dance with the music as well. Try and feel a flow. Just don't think about it too much. Again, we want to feel it. We don't want to think it. You might want to just try and get all your edges. Take it across the page. Listen to the music. Mine's getting quite lively now. I don't know what it is. Okay. And then take a seat when you're ready. So now I'm going to get you to, I've got some different mantras. So, you know, usually you write whatever you want. You can just write out what you're feeling. It might be what's going on. It might be a lyric. It might be a poem. Tonight, I have got some different affirmations that I thought I'd share, and you can write those out. You can repeat them. You can put them into a spiral. They can go around the edge. But I'm just building this kind of layered piece where you've got your base color, then we've got some affirmations, some beautiful things that we can think about, we can say to ourselves and remind ourselves. Okay, and then we'll move on to the colors in a bit. So the first affirmation is, it's safe for me to be here. It's safe for me to be here. And you can write in whatever color, it might be pencil, As I say, you might want to swirl your page, your book around. You might want to go in a spiral. You might want to take it out, all the affirmations into like a rays, sunshine rays. You can repeat it. It's safe for me to be here. And then the next one is, the universe supports me and meets my needs. The universe supports me and meets my needs. And you can carry on writing in the same material, or you can change. It's up to you. You can use paint, absolutely fine. The next affirmation is, I love my body and I trust its wisdom. I love my body and I trust its wisdom. If you're ready for another one, I am immersed in abundance. I am immersed in abundance. The abundance can be anything. It can be health, love, finance, flowers. I am immersed in abundance. And then the last one is, I am safe. And I am secure. So we'll just, it might be that one resonates more with you. So it might be that you choose that, you hold on to that one and you write it out more and you feel it into your root chakra. There's no right and there's no wrong. You can do whatever, wherever you want in your sketchbook or your paper, in your creativity. Your creative meditation, it's yours. And you can carry on doing that a little bit longer, or you can move on to the next bit. What I'm going to invite you to do is to just get your palette and some of the colours that you've got and just play with mixing for now. So some of the colours that you've got, rather than just straight out of the pot, have a play with mixing some colours up. So it might be that you've got a red, you might add a little bit of black to it and see if you can get that nice sort of burgundy. You might want to add a little tiny bit of pink to that and see how that turns up. It might be an orange where you're going to add some more red to it. It could be, just remember you've got your whites and your blacks to bring out the light and the darker shades. And try and make some lighter and darker shades, because that's what I'd like you to kind of sort of going a little bit, reflecting back on the yin and yang, the balancing, the pulling and the pushing of an image. We're going to bring in the light and the dark. Hi, Rosie, can you hear us?
Yes, thank you. Sorry, I'm so late.
Don't worry, you're right.
Yeah, all good. Just running late from work as usual.
We've just done. I'll just so everyone, are you all okay with your mixing? And I'll just have a quick chat to Rosie. We just basically, can you see on my? Looks like a load of scribble. Well, it is a load of scribble. What we've done. I'll send you the copy of the meditation as well.
Thank you.
Well, what we've done is basically I got everyone to listen into some music, and they dance to the music, but with their crayons or pens or whatever you want to use. We're focusing on the root chakra, so we're looking at kind of reds, deep reds, burgundies, those sorts of colours, and we just danced with the music. We moved to the rhythm that we had, whatever was played, because everyone might be listening to different music. And then I've got some affirmations here. So we did the writing part. So we're basically layering, we're just going to work on one page or like a double page today. And we just wrote out these affirmations. And I was saying that one of them might be more, might resonate more with you. So you could do that in repeat. But what I want to do is this idea of building the layers, the kind of having the kind of root chakra as this sort of base container. It's holding so much. So it's got to be strong, and we want to kind of really kind of build that up. And with the meditation, we were really kind of looking at the reds and the burgundies coming into that area, that sort of within your hips and your tailbone, and just visualizing the colors with our breath. Okay, so that's sort of catch up.
Okay, thank you.
Scribble dancing, because there's no hurry, we're fine. And then you can just give me a heads up when you're ready, and I'll read out the affirmations, but I'll carry on talking. So the next stage is we're going to make up our own colors on your palette, just to get some really nice reds, deep sort of burgundies, and then try and get sort of light and darker shades, as I was saying, sort of trying to kind of bringing in from last week the idea of balance, the yin and the yang. So when we kind of come to create, I want to kind of focus a little bit on the kind of contrast. Okay. And if anybody wants to do any kind of bring in any collage, that's absolutely fine too. You can use bits of paper or newspaper or wrapping paper, and you just tear it up and stick it on. Hairdryer is useful to be able to kind of keep moving forward. And then as we go, we're just literally kind of what I could call sort of pushing and pulling. It's like finding the right and feeling it rather than thinking it too much. Really kind of feel. I think you'll kind of know what I mean when you start going. Right. And I think it's nice to kind of make our own colours. Sometimes, I know I get a bit lazy and think, especially if I'm doing sort of my morning meditation sketchbook, where, I'm just sort of being quite quick. I don't kind of concentrate too much on mixing colours. So then I just take it straight from the pot, which is absolutely fine too. It's just sometimes nice just to play around and get your own individual colours. So I've got quite a orangey red here. I'll just talk you through. I'm just sort of, you can do you'll know what colours you've got. I think this might be a bit pinky actually. Well, it's a crimson. And if anyone, if you have any questions, just unmute yourself and just ask, because, it's absolutely fine. Happy to help. And I do try and keep looking up. So if anyone's looking a bit kind of like, I can see. Kitchen roll is always useful for, just wiping brushes or wiping on your palette as well. So you'll probably get some really nice sort of corally pinks as well. The whites and the reds. I don't know if you can see. And you can test them out on your page. Just see, so that's that same red, I don't know if you can see, just with a bit of white to it. So it's quite an orangey red. And then I've got this darker red, which should make a bit more of a kind of berry. I mean, you can make absolutely hundreds of colours really, just by mixing. Just pull a bit of that out. I've added a bit too much black. But if you add too much of something, you can just always take a little bit out. It's really nice, almost burgundy sort of colour. So you're getting a kind of selection of colours as you go. And then if you ever want to kind of just, you can water it down if you want them more translucent, you want them to flow more, you can add a bit of water. You can also get these mediums, you can get gloss and matte medium, which just makes your paints go a bit further, but they also kind of, make them more translucent as well. Actually, I've made that really, haven't I?
Becca, I'm just going to get my hair dry. I'll be back in 2 minutes.
Yeah, no worries. And just enjoy it. Just enjoy this time that we're allowing ourselves just to play. Throwing everything everywhere. And don't forget to drink water or a cup of tea, whatever. Keep hydrated. Try and breathe. I think it's very easy, we kind of get absorbed with things and you suddenly realise how shallow your breath has become. Try and use your whole system to breathe, so you're kind of lighting it all up. Debbie's back. What I was going to say is we'll start when you can carry on making up colours, because it's quite intriguing. It's very what's the word? It's just very mesmerising, actually, sort of seeing how many shades you can get of one colour by just literally adding a bit of white, or darker, adding a tiny bit of black. Black can go quite intense quite quickly, so just go easy and edge it in. Yeah, so that in itself is a really pleasurable thing to do. What I'd really like to sort of explore is this whole idea of, as I say, visually pushing and pulling your colours and bringing in a contrast. So what I thought, I like this idea, I've talked about it before in like tarot cards, the fours are often about, sort of stability, your four corners. And what I want to do is sort of using this sort of notion is kind of divide, not literally, mentally divide our page into quarters. And that might be linear, it might be diagonally. And I don't want you to think, right, in that corner, I'm going to do this. I want it to kind of flow, but try and bring areas where this is quite dark and this might be coming into something quite light. So you're sort of picking up a balance that way. Does that make sense, Nicola? So it is this idea of, I'm just trying to bring this idea sort of to, so it isn't a page of lots of different colors. So we're kind of bringing in, that sort of whole sort of undulating feel of the colors, the merging of the colors, the light coming into the dark coming into the light, that kind of idea. So again, we can sort of, I tend to do is a really nice way of starting that really kind of loosens you up is to kind of close your eyes, get a couple of colours on your hands, on your fingers, and just start painting with your hands, with your eyes closed. Watch your clothes, and don't sort of and not think about it too much, and not sort of worry about how it's going to look. And then we can dry that off. You might add a little bit of water and rub some away, dry it off, just keep layering it. You can turn your book round and work upside down. That's a really nice way to kind of, lose that sort of control. I'm not saying we have to lose control, but it is that sort of idea of trying to paint intuitively, trying to feel rather than think. Yeah. And I don't say that you can't draw form. If you want to do florals or, portraits or whatever, you can incorporate that. That's completely up to you. I mean, my style is more abstract and intuitive, and I believe it comes from within a sort of soul's voice. Okay, but ultimately I want you to enjoy yourselves and just relax in and see it as a kind of doing meditation, clearing our minds and being absorbed and focused on just one thing, and that's for you. I think when you close your eyes, you just, as I say, you lose that urge to control how it's going to look, and even choosing the colours. And then you can look down and see what's happened upon your page. There's some kitchen rolls, good. I'm just going to sort of talk over. You can take what you want from it. You can ignore anything else. And I will offer some prompts. And again, you can use those, but you don't have to. Don't feel like you have to. Okay. But just give me a shout if you need any direction. Rosie, do you want some affirmations? So the first one is, it's safe for me to be here. And you can just write on top of all your scribbles, anywhere, anyhow, in spirals, in linear, however. It's safe for me to be here. Okay. Think about areas that are more opaque and other areas that are more transparent. The idea of maybe a bit of scribble or some writing peeking through.
Becca,
Yes, my love.
you know, you said four. What are the four things?
It's not for, so what I was
Oh,
using for as a kind of idea of it being stable. So we have four corners or four legs or what, you know, whatever, that it's the four. What I want to do is, so it's so the pages, so you're not just, it's not all the same shades across. So you're kind of bringing in that sort of undulating, moving color through contrast. So areas, so I might have it sort of darker over here and then it flows through and it might become paler over here. So it's, so you're getting a really lovely balance, but with contrast too.
oh, that's fine then. That's what I was doing. And then I suddenly thought, oh, bloody hell, I'm supposed to be doing four things. What are the four things?
Yeah, it was just my, I think the best way of trying to explain. So not four separate things, but just the idea of trying to bring together in a flowing way.
Okay, cheers.
All right, my love. Rosie, the universe supports me and meets my needs. The universe supports me and meets my needs. And if you put a bit too much paint on an area and you think, no, I want that bit to show through, just put some water on it, get it back. You can use brushes, you can use palette knives. If you haven't got palette knife, these are really nice old gift cards, credit cardy type thing. Don't use a credit card, but that sort of idea. Okay, Rosie, you ready for another one? I love my body and I trust its wisdom. Scratch in to a colour. Rosie, you ready for another one? I am immersed in abundance. And if there's an area you just want to kind of bring in any of those affirmations, just keep layering it. You can add that bit of text at any point. Not too loud. And you can start off with small areas, so you are able to kind of build up that layering. You're kind of seeing all the different skins, as it were. If you have any stencils, you can do little patches of marks. It doesn't have to be neat or exact. You can use things like glue roll or kitchen rolls to create pattern. You can use the edge of your card to create other pattern. Anything that you think, oh, that'll make a nice mark, quite often gets some nice interesting looks. Feels. Rosie, the last one is, I am safe, I am secure. If you do make any patterns, you might make a repeat of it and then just try and bring it into a different area of the page. When you're looking at a piece of artwork, your kind of eyes are drawn to areas, and that's where the light and the dark help kind of tell that story, take you on a journey. If you get to the point where you feel a bit stuck, just put in, just turn your page, your book, your paper upside down the other way, so you're seeing it from a different angle. and attack it from there. And if your page is feeling like it's quite dark, or bring in some of the light, you could put a bit of white in there. Or again, if it's quite light, bring in some dark areas. Make it sing. I've got my little prompt sticks here. Come on out. So you can get a brush. This is just a prompt. You can choose to take it or not. Hold a brush in your non-dominant hand. Loosely set the top of your brush. And then just drag it, sort of twisting it as you go across the page in whatever colour. I think I would probably go for quite a light colour because I've got quite a lot of dark going on here. And you could do it as one line. Maybe have an area, if there's a bit that's still wet, you can give it a bit more of a spray with water and just rub it back, see what comes through. Remember to consider, not think too much obviously, but consider the kind of light and the dark areas. Pushing and pulling, adding, taking away. Scratching in. found this really nice large, I haven't actually printed with it, bit of bubble wrap. I don't know if I've got any normal, but bubble wrap's a really nice mark making tool. Might not work so well on the large. We could use stencils. Do you have any? Don't worry, I haven't. All the air's popped out of it. It'll work. Sometimes I just put paint straight onto the page. Another prompt would be to get a pastel or crayon and either just take a line across or go to an area and give it a bit of a scribble. Remember, if you make a mark, you can always paint it out again that you know that you don't want. And if you've turned your page upside down, turn it around the other way again. Just keep moving it back and forwards. certain points you might want to just step back and have a look. It's going to be different. I always say we all know that in the morning after sleep, fresh eyes, you're like, oh, okay, that's what I made last night. But sometimes just coming back, having a look, seeing what areas, if something's not working, paint over it, dry it off, draw into it, put a line through it, push and pull. So I have another prompt, an emotional mark making. How would you portray wildness? Wildness. And if you're feeling lost, not sure where to go, just what to say, just close your eyes, put a pencil, charcoal, paintbrush, something in your non-dominant hand, and just make some marks. Try and create a bit of flow with rubbing, trying to get the colours to merge. I quite like to write out, if you get a lyric repeating through the songs, quite like that. got any gold? Want to add some gold to it? Might be quite a nice addition. At this point. I do quite like the idea, I'll just bring it in, going back to the kind of idea of balance and dark and light and the yin and yang, and what your opposite of red on the wheel is green. So if you wanted to bring in a bit of green somewhere, which could be, gold could be kind of greeny sometimes, do bring some of that in at this moment, so just dry off. It doesn't have to be great spots of it. It can just be, it could be little dots with the bottom of a brush. It could just be very small, it could be little lines, it could be the writing. Obviously I won't force you to do it, you don't have to, but it's quite a nice idea. Could be a dark green, could be a lime green, could be very pale olive green. it's coming up to 1:45. So this might be a time you can either start finishing up, and so you've got time to do a bit of clearing away, or you're obviously very welcome to carry on with your mark making, your pushing and your pulling, balancing. Quite sure where mine's gone. Oh, quite thirsty. So whilst you're finishing off, busying yourself, grab a drink of water. And I've chosen a card for the collective. It's rather beautiful, actually, a higher view. And as you always, I've not bought my glasses. That's the card there, if you can see it. But I will post it. Alice, we've got if you're on Facebook, we've got a Facebook group. Have you seen it? So just ask to join and I'll let you in. It's like a private group, but it just means everyone can share their work and you have a little, it's nice. It's not intense. It's not kind of like loads and loads of stuff, but I do put the card in that we draw each week and other bits. So a higher view whilst you're doing your thing. I'll read it out. Oh, my glasses. Always forgetting them. Key concepts: seeing from a higher perspective, conscious neutrality, letting go of judgment and assumptions, non-attachment, the ability to remain unbiased. Sometimes our lives are suction cupped to the ends of our nose and we can't see beyond ourselves. This happens to everyone once in a while. We fall into an automatic response to life and react from a learned and conditioned place rather than one from awareness. Being reactivity keeps us repeating old patterns. Conversely, the avoidance of our triggers could keep us in a comfort zone, policing our attempts at new things. That's quite good. The way to be successful in your endeavour to connect with others is to step out of your sticky perception of the world. Imagine yourself sitting on the back of a bird 1,000 feet above your life. Wouldn't your perspective change? From a higher point of view, you can see for miles. You could let go of naming or blaming the obstacles in your way and instead easily discover a path to a more beautiful and compelling vistas. More can become available to you in all aspects of your life when you are able to step back and get a little distance. You can wait before responding, being more graceful in your interactions, and see how everything is connected and every experience is a gift. The world is wide open for you today. All you have to do is move to a higher ground, be mindful, and celebrate the spectacle of life's dance. That's quite an interesting one. So these cards, they might not resonate with you. You'll have some you can, you think, oh God, that's spot on some weeks, and other weeks you'll be like, nah, that's not doing it for me. But anyway, I think that's quite a nice perspective actually on things at the moment, because nothing seems to be very clear really. So I'll pop that in the group anyway so you can have a read in a bit. Is it? How are we all? Are we all right? Okay, so I think we'll finish up, and as always I'd love to see what you've been up to, if you're happy to share on the Facebook group, but we'll finish now with a little breathing exercise just to kind of knock just down a bit and just relax, and maybe go and have a hot bath, but ultimately get a really good night's sleep. So I think we'll do triangle breathing to end tonight. So what I want you to do again, what I ask you to do is pop your feet on the ground, sit up straightish but comfortable, close your eyes, and then just sort of hone into your breathing. And then I want you just to kind of visualize an upside down triangle. Okay, and we're going to start at the bottom point. We're going to inhale for 4, and then we're going to hold for 4, and then we're going to exhale for 4. Okay, if you struggle with that, just go at your own pace. You don't want to feel constricted, okay? But I don't do it so slowly. I do it quite, not quickly, but we're trying to get our parasympathetic nervous system logged on for the evening. Okay, so inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. And exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. And exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last round. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then just breathe at your normal rate. Open your eyes. I hope that was all right. So tonight, maybe you take that triangle breathing with you to bed. And as you're counting, just try and visualize all those beautiful reds and burgundies and the wheel in your chakra area, in the root chakra area. And just think of them as lovely healing colours. Thank you so much for joining me. And hopefully you'll be able to join me next week, where we'll be doing the sacral chakra. So sort of oranges, sunrises, beautiful colours like that. Have a lovely, lovely evening. Thank you for joining me. See you soon.
Night, better. Night, all. Thank
you.
you.
Night.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Night,
See you
night.
later. Night.
Lovely meeting
Bye.
you. It's gone. Take care. Bye, Julie. Are you all right?
Thank you, sweetie. Sorry I was a bit late.
Oh, no, you were fine. My headache. I was about to nod off on that triangle.
That was lovely. Thank you.
Is that all
So
right?
I put orange in mine by mistake.
Absolutely fine. It's fine. By mistake.
I was like, oh shit, I wasn't meant to pick orange.
It's fine. It's
I don't normally ever pick orange.
funny, isn't it?
That's probably because my hip and my lower back's gone.
Has it again?
Again. Yeah.
When did it go?
Dog training again. I think it's because it's such sudden jerky movements.
Oh, so it was this morning.
Anyway. Huh?
This morning.
Yeah, this morning basically it went.
Have you got your Pilates with Nicola tomorrow?
I have. I've already told her. I've said
Yeah.
I have to take it very easy. Yeah. I don't know. Anyway, I'm sure it'll pass. I've went to Waitrose with Noah this afternoon. Well, I think I kept putting food shop off because it was so busy, the supermarket, the last few days. So I haven't, you know, and I thought, well, I've got to go and get food. So poor Noah had to come with me. Luckily, he was on study leave.
Oh, that's good.
Anyway, he carried all the bags and everything, so that was good.
Yeah, that's good.
Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice Mother's Day.
You what?
Did you have a nice Mother's Day?
Oh, that's all right. Cooked my own roast.
I have to say, I did get cooked for.
Oh, I can't complain though, because we had a takeaway the night before, so
Nice.
I can't complain. And I got some nice flowers from the boys, so I
Oh.
can't complain at all. Yeah.
That's nice.
Okay, sweetie. Well, I better let you go and get some
Yeah.
sleep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll
you take care.
say if not.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Lots of love. Bye, sweetie. Bye.
Bye.